So we feel that to communicate better with shareholders and to create shareholder value, we must remain absolutely focused on what we do best. We build challenger brands in the health and wellness space without distraction.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Scott Livingston, the CEO of Tooru. Scott, Happy New Year. Very good to speak with you. You're up with an update right at the end of 2025, and you noted the strong wins with Tesco and the Co-op, especially with Oath and Pulsin. How do you plan to build on these partnerships in 2026? And what impact could they have on revenue growth?
Oh, Happy New Year, Stephen, and thanks for having me on. Yeah, so we've made some progress with the retailers with some of our brands. We've enhanced our number of stores with Pulsin. Tesco has seen the launch of our Oath products, and we are in talks with other retailers. A lot of these things always take time, and there are different range windows with many of the retailers. So as we look to 2026 now, we're excited about these different opportunities and expanding distribution. And we have two really exciting challenger brands that we really think we can grow here. Pulsin and Oath, and Juvela remains strong as well. So we're looking forward to 2026, and we feel that we've closed the chapter on a pretty solid 2025, obviously having completed the RTO and having bedded in the new Tooru infrastructure, if you like. So yeah, eyes forward.
Pulsin's move to contract manufacturing and co-location with Juvela aims to reduce costs and also improve scalability. How will these operational changes affect margins and your long-term profitability?
Yeah, so we are moving the factory, and we're going to build out in Wales where Juvela is existing. We've decided to use co-manufacturing partners in the short term to ensure that supply remains consistent and strong. It's quite a complex process building out a factory. Leases came to an end at the existing factory in Gloucester, so we had some time pressure. But over time, we will set up. Now, having control of the manufacturing process is obviously a good thing. It gives more flexibility. The margins are better, but obviously there are a lot of complexities in manufacturing our own product. We obviously have our factory making Oath and making Juvela. We've been very, very selective in our co-man partners because we have a very specific set of ingredients, a specific way of doing things, and obviously free from various ingredients. So there are a small number of partners that we've been able to work with. So far, so good, and it's a great backup.
Scott, you're also mentioning, you also mentioned streamlining the business to focus on those challenger health and wellness brands and divesting non-core operations like Market Rocket. How will this sharpen your strategy and drive value for investors?
Yeah, so the problem with a mixed portfolio of businesses or styles of businesses that obviously, in a way, it can skew the way we look at margins, the way we look at EBITDA. An Amazon agency business has different margins, different costs, different everything. So we feel that to communicate better with shareholders and to create shareholder value, we must remain absolutely focused on what we do best. We build challenger brands in the health and wellness space without distraction. That being said, Market Rocket obviously has its own opportunities and is its own business in itself, and we'll look to do a deal to divest that business out. We think that the most value to create here is in doing what we do best, which is building brands and expanding and accelerating that process.
The recent refinancing with Shawbrook Bank extends the facility and provides additional funds for Oath. How does this financial flexibility support your growth ambitions for Juvela and Pulsin next year?
Yeah, so it's excellent news. It's taken a while. Shawbrook are a credible, well-respected bank. They've obviously gone through a lot of work on DD with us. We already had a facility with them, but they've extended it. So it gives us working capital to be aggressive with Oath, to grow, to be aggressive with the retailers, and to launch new products, etc. It's great, and it obviously takes the pressure off the parent company needing to fund. We're in a good situation. We did have a payback in 2026 on the old facility, so now we've extended it out, so there are no pressures, and there's ample working capital, which is great. Pulsin in itself is a different business, obviously, and we're going to look to fund that and expand that. It's running EBITDA profitably at the minute. We've got costs completely under control, but we will look at how we accelerate Pulsin separately to Juvela so that we don't mix the P&Ls. Whilst we'll share resources, we'll keep them cleanly separated from a P&L perspective.
And Scott, the milestones investors should be looking out for as 2026 gets underway?
So the important factors for us, the KPIs, if you like, which we'll be very excited to announce as and when they happen, are key retail wins, key distribution wins for our businesses, obviously the new products that we'll be launching. We'd like to keep drumming up liquidity for our stock. We'd obviously like share appreciation and value appreciation for our shareholders. And we will be continually updating the market with good news as we go along, and hopefully lots of good news this year.
Well, hope you'll keep us posted on that good news, Scott. Thank you very much for taking the time today.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
That's Scott Livingston, CEO of Tooru.